you know what? You know what? Ineos are doing the business, and again, every time, I am going to give Pastor D his shout out every time I think about Ineos or want to talk about Ineos. Because if it wasn't for D, I swear to you, like I probably would have been living under a rock or something like that. Or like in terms of information and like people football frustration is real. It is real because at one point I'm not having any of Ineos, and then the next I want some more of that. Like give me Ineos. Like woo, Manchester United, bro. Like what's going on? Can somebody please tell us what the hell is going on at Manchester United? Because are we having the greatest transfer window of all time? Like, are we on the brink of that? Like, what is happening? The latest reports today is that 7 players are up on the chopping block. This is the deadwood that we've always wanted to get rid of. This mentality of keeping players because he did good for. I mean, I do believe in rewarding certain players. And when I say rewarding them, I say there are certain players that step up when they're not even considered to be part of the team. And then when the team needs them the most, you know what I mean? When the team needs them the most, they step up, they come out of the limelight, and then they do the business and save the team. There are certain players like that at Manchester United. Harry Maguire did the business last season for us. I'm not saying that we need to keep him, but he's somebody that stepped up when there was a lot of shit that was going on at Manchester United. I don't know, Wan-Bisaaka is the same. Who else? I guess even Lindelof. But for the longest time, all these players that we've mentioned, all these players that are on the chopping block or are up for sale, these 7 players, they've not really done enough to elevate Manchester United to where it needs to be. And thus comes Ineos. This is where Ineos comes in and says, you know what? Manchester United is the biggest club in the world, and we intend to keep it there. We intend to make the improvement. We intend to make the changes that are going to elevate Manchester United to where it needs to be. And this is what Ineos are doing. Right now, as I'm talking to you, Harry Maguire, Scott McTominay, Antony, Jadon Sancho, Victor Lindelof, Wan-Bisaaka, and Christian Eriksen are the 7 players that are up to be sold at any point or time in this transfer window. Lindelof, Wan-Bisaaka, and Eriksen have got 1 year left in their contract, meaning next season they can go for free. They will literally walk out of the club for free. So which means we need to find, either we're going to extend their contracts, like give them a new contract, or we need to sell them so that we can recoup some of the money. And we need to get this money because the players that we're trying to line up, and I'll get to that, because we still need another center back, we need a midfielder, I think we need another winger, and then we need a full back, be it a right back or a left back, whichever one. But it looks good. And the name that has been touted, or the name that has been spoken about to fill in those full back position, is music to my ears. Mazraoui. That boy at Bayern Munich, wow. And he's the player that we're looking into. But we'll get more into that. So, Harry Maguire, Scott McTominay, Antony, Jadon Sancho. All these players have got different situations to their journey at Manchester United. Harry Maguire, ex-captain, had issues, found himself, came back strong, didn't make it to the Euros, is aging, looks like he is somebody that we need to start moving on, or somebody that we could use as a backup option. But then he's got internationals to worry about. If he's not playing for Manchester United, he doesn't play for England. And he is a staple for England. So how do you resolve the two? We'll see. Manchester United are waiting and looking at the deals. If you come, gone are those days where teams would come to Manchester United and take a piss. And when I say take a piss, you come there with your 1 million and say, I want Bruno Fernandes. Who the fuck do you think you are, mister? They used to just throw silly money. You look at the Wan-Bisaaka, like we've already rejected an offer from Fulham, from Scott McTominay, Galatasaray for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Like, hey, stop taking a piss. These players are decent and they actually can go for good money. But because of the way Manchester United used to be run back in the days, it became so easy to bully us. It became easy to just come in because we were always the desperate ones. We were always the one that were in need of a player, or in need to slot in a player. We were always the ones in need. Always. And that's because we didn't have football people handling our business. Now, the game has changed. Things are not the same, baby. Like, we are moving elite like. It is ridiculous. And I'm loving it. I am absolutely loving it. So far, Ineos have spent 88 million on both Zirkzee and Leny Yoro. I don't know how these guys are doing the maths and how they're mathing the maths, but I remember that article that said that we had 50 million and the rest will depend on sales. So far, Fernandez is gone. I think Hannibal is gone on loan again back to Sevilla. We've let go of Martial, Varane. Who else has left? I'm forgetting somebody. Willie Camboala has left. Mason Greenwood has left. So all this little change that we've been getting from Donny van de Beek has gone. From these little, I'm sure they have managed to recuperate that. But we need to sell more. We need to sell more. We need to sell players, homegrown talent, because that doesn't have any effect on our FFP rule. This, and I need to mention this. The FFP have clamped down on the Premier League that it looks like a lot of teams are not doing business. I mean, there is business going on, but it doesn't look like the other seasons where everybody's just buying. Everybody's watching the books. Everybody's making sure that they don't make a mistake and sign or, overestimate their projections and all that nonsense. Nobody's doing that. Everybody's being meticulous and trying to make sure that they fall within the boundaries. So I think within that sense, if we didn't have the Ineos team that we have right now, I think we would have been behaving like the rest of the clubs that right now, like sort of like clueless. It's weird. It's weird looking at teams not really making changes, looking at other players wanting to leave. It's like, what? There's the whole issue with Chalobah, which, you know what? Hey, Chalobah, I feel bad for him, but he's a decent defender that we can bring in. He's cheap. Can come and add into the ranks there. His boy Mason Mount is there. I think it'll be good vibes. It'll be good vibes. But let me move into the players that Manchester United are trying to bring in this summer. So right now, we've already brought in Zirkzee. We've brought in Yoro. We're looking to bring in Xavi Simon, a winger who's going to add competition to the likes of Garnacho, Ahmad, Rashford. If Antony is still there, Antony. If Jadon Sancho happens to be there, which will never happen, him as well. Rasmus Højlund has got a partner or a challenger in that number 9 position. Things are going well. In that centre back position, we are looking into getting another centre back. Actually, we're looking into getting another centre back because you know what? I think Ineos deep the whole situation with Lisandro Martinez because Lisandro is injury prone. So we need to bring in good quality defenders. A quality defender that if, let's say, the butcher is not in the butchery, if he's not there doing his thing, then another decent centre back can come in there and do his business. Now, Matthias de Ligt, former Ajax captain, young captain, took them to the Champions League semi-finals, a leader, plays for Bayern Munich. At the moment, Bayern Munich fans actually have been signing a petition saying, why should we sell Matthias de Ligt? I'm guessing Bayern Munich are trying to make money, which is all that everybody, because they've got plans. They've got players that you're trying to bring in. They're trying to bring in Tar, but they couldn't, so they need to get the funds in, whatever. But these guys are looking to do business. And Matthias de Ligt is looking at Manchester United. He only wants Manchester United. And I'm like, you know what? Hey, man, once upon a time we did want you. I remember once upon a time I wanted Matches de Ligt before he actually went to Juve. I wanted de Ligt, and I actually understand at the time Manchester United were not really that good, or not that we weren't that good, but there was just so much drama. Like you can see, like everything has just burst, and now this is where we are. So now he only has eyes for Manchester United, and I love players that don't like to dilly dally. I like players that have got made a decision like, listen, if I'm going to stay, I'm going to stay. But if there's a team that I want to go to, be it Barcelona, Real Madrid, whatever, if that's the team I want to go to, I want to go there. And I'm not changing. So either I stay or I go there. Finish. And I don't know if that's the situation with De Ligt right now, but he only has eyes for Manchester United. And with the sales and with Ineos trying to bring in another centre back, he is the guy that you guys need to keep a lookout for. De Ligt, that beast. I think, in a weird way, it's almost like a like for like swap with Harry Maguire. He's big, he's strong. I think De Ligt might be a little bit faster than Harry Maguire. They're both strong in the air with their heads. They've got big heads. They're powerful giants. They're big, strong defenders. And with Harry Maguire obviously coming, like his time coming to an end, we need to bring in this youngster who's what, 23, 24, 25 years old? Like we've got plenty of years to enjoy Manchester Lee. And then another player who also is playing for Bayern Munich, Mazraoui, their left back. Is he a left back or right back? I think he's a right back. Jesus Christ, that guy is amazing. If you have not been watching Bayern Munich, I'm sorry for you. If you want to go and check the clips, go ahead and check the clips. He's not your typical fullback, Roberto Carlos or Roberto Carlos with the potris or the banjis. Nah, he's not your typical. He's slender, slim, slick, kind of like picture Riyad Mahrez playing fullback. That's Mazraoui. He's quick. He's technically good. He likes to bomb forward. And I think he plays for Morocco. Yeah, he plays for Morocco. He was playing very, very well during the World Cup, in the African Cup of Nations. He is a stellar, proper fullback. And if I compare him to what we've got, the only fullback that I can say is, I don't want to say at his level, or they could kind of like compete, is Luke Shaw. Because I still don't see or think Diogo Dalot is this high top fullback that everybody keeps on seeing. He's decent. He's a professional. He's very disciplined. I like him. He doesn't cause us so many problems, but he's not the best. He's not. I mean, if he was, then we would. I mean, I get that there's Wan-Bisaaka there, and we're trying to sell Wan-Bisaaka instead of him. But like we would have been anyway. I don't know. Maybe I'm in the minority. Maybe I'm the only one that feels this way. But I just think Dalot is decent, and that there's better out there, and we need to be looking to get better out there. So that's my update for you. Ineos are trying to bring in 7 players into Manchester United. So our transfer window is not yet over, people. Like these guys are still going to be like going into that transfer market and be like, hey, you, come. You, yeah. Neves, you from Benfica, come. We need an extra striker, but these 25, Tony, come. Like we're just it looks like we're doing what we want. I especially like the whole Leny Yoro, the Leny Yoro deal. That one is like I still cannot get over how we managed to get Euro ahead of Real Madrid, because again, people, Real Madrid are the best team in the world. Best European team. They have the credentials to back that up. But even with that, they're bullies. They're bullies. They want to go to teams and take players for free, and then make those players succeed and give them good salaries with the whatever. I mean, Real Madrid are winners. When they're pitching to a player, they're like, listen, man, you're coming to Los Blancos. Here we win Champions League, Super Cups, Club World Cups. This is where it's at, not these other teams. So you come to our team, you are guaranteed success. That's probably their line. And everybody knows it. Like, if you're a player and you just see after what they've been doing in the Champions League, you're like, listen, I want to be part of that. I want to go and make history at Real Madrid. So I believe they have this mentality, this bullish mentality, where they can go to a team and be like, listen, we want this player. Push, push, push. The team will resist. They'll be like, all right. Oh, it's like that? We got your boy. Your boy, we'll come here next season. Let him run his contract down and we'll see what say you. And that is the mentality that they've been having. With Leny Yoro, they just didn't want to overpay. They're like, he's young, generational talent. He'll come and evolve and become the person that he is at Real Madrid. Lille needed the money. They needed the money. And they're like, listen, these guys are taking a piss. Yoro, Manchester, come in and woo this boy. Here comes Rio Ferdinand, a tactic that Real Madrid used when we were trying to sign Varane back in the days. We wanted to sign Varane before Real Madrid got him from Lens. We did. And you know what they did? They got their superstar Zinedine Zidane to call Varane on a video call. Whatever they did, he had a conversation with Varane, and that was it. Varane went to Real Madrid. The rest is history. So we literally took a page out of Real Madrid's book because our GOAT defender, Rio Ferdinand, did the same thing with Yoro. And I don't know, I don't want to say exactly, I don't know what the exact words were, but he did the same tactic and Yoro was like, hey, listen. And Yoro has mentioned recently that it was the FA Cup win that did it for him. Seeing how we won and how we were celebrating with the fans. And I believe he was actually paying attention and seeing what was going on. Not paying attention, but he could see the drama that was surrounding Manchester United. So, I'm really, really excited about this coming season. I really am. I'm like, can this season begin quickly? Can it? And let's see what goes on. It is going to be a very, very interesting. It's going to be tough. It's really, really going to be tough, but we need to sort ourselves out. We really need to. I really hope that with this situation with the preseason, as the boys, because the boys are leaving for the preseason, was it today? Or yesterday? Or tomorrow? Anyway, they're heading to the States. First game, Arsenal, I think. We need to be good. We need to be on it against Arsenal. Even if it's a preseason, I want to kick their ass. I'm not playing. I want them to be like, there are a couple of gunners out there that think this is a joke. So I really want to come in strong, So, yeah, that's your latest on Manchester United. It's your boy, Don Benito, and I'm out.